visit multiple destinations. So it's not just Manila or not just Cebu, but they farm out to the different destinations. And with greater connectivity, no, thanks to our sponsor airlines, to make a flight, no, it's so much easier now for Filipinos to fly all the way up north, down south, no, east and west. Very affordable, very convenient.
Are foreign tourists very concerned about their budget? Are they more affordable compared to other neighboring countries?
There are many ways of competing against the neighbors. One is, of course, you can be price competitive, but you can also compete on the basis of the high value experience that you offer.
That's it, not really price competitive.
Doesn't have to be. You know, the fact that you have to buy a ticket to come to the Philippines is already a very expensive position for a lot of tourists, especially coming from Europe. If you compare packages, say, to Thailand, where the cost of the airfare to the Philippines alone is already the value of a ticket, 8 days accommodation, tours, everything. But they don't want, I mean, the kinds of tourists we get in the Philippines are those of the high value type. And they're able to stay longer and they're able to spend more. That's the type of tourists we get. I just wanted to add what Asek Pong mentioned earlier and add to something about statistics in the region. I mean, we compare ourselves to, say, Malaysia, which claims to have 24 million tourists a year. And here we are less than 5 million. But if you look at the statistics, actually, then you realize intra-ASEAN travel into Malaysia is 40 million, or almost 70%. 70% of the travel. And you could just imagine what kind of traffic goes up and down Johor Bahru and Singapore. Whereas in the Philippines, when you talk about intra-ASEAN tourism, it's 300,000 or even less than 10%, which means more than 80% of our traffic comes from outside the region. It comes from China, Japan, Korea, the USA, Canada, Europe, Australia, all of these high-value markets that really look for destinations that they would like to explore, experience, and to enjoy. I think that's the value proposition of the Philippines, despite the fact that they have to spend much more traveling to the Philippines. They realize it's money well spent.
Okay, I would just like to ask our guests here to